The power of quiet. Let your actions speak sometimes. Thunder makes no sound until the lightning has already struck. Sometimes, the brightest fire is the one that burns in silence. And sometimes, the loudest voice in the room is the one that says nothing at all. This is the story of a boy named David, and how silence became his greatest strength. He wasn't the loudest in class. He wasn't the funniest, the fastest, or the most popular. But David had something not everyone had, a mind full of dreams, big ones. He wanted to rise to the top of his class, to master new skills, to build a future that made him and his family proud. And every time a new dream sparked in his heart, David shared it. He told his friends, he told his teachers, he told his family. Sometimes, he even told strangers online, not because he wanted attention, but because he thought that saying it out loud would make it more real, more serious, more possible. And when people responded with praise, "Wow, David, that's impressive. You're going to be amazing one day," it felt good, really good. So good, in fact, that it felt like progress, as if speaking the dream was already one step toward achieving it. But then, something shifted. Weeks passed, months rolled on, and David wasn't moving forward. His grades stayed average. His projects remained unfinished, and worse, his motivation disappeared. The dreams were still there, but they felt distant, blurry, like echoes of something that used to matter. And then, the whispers began. The same people who once cheered him on, now muttered behind his back, "He talks a lot, but doesn't do much. All promise, no proof." David felt like a balloon full of air, but floating nowhere, confused, embarrassed, a little lost. He decided to visit someone who had always guided him without judgment. His grandfather, a quiet man, simple, wise, the kind of person who could speak volumes with just a few words. They sat together on the porch. The air was still, leaves rustled gently, and David, staring down at his shoes, finally spoke. "Grandpa," he said softly, "I keep telling everyone what I want to do, my plans, my goals, all of it. But the more I talk, the less I do, and lately, I don't even feel excited anymore." His grandfather didn't rush to respond. He just watched the sky for a moment, then smiled as if he had heard this story before. "David," he said, "it's because you've been shouting your dreams, when you should have been building them." David looked up. "What do you mean?" And so his grandfather told him a story. There was once a poor man named Thomas who lived in a small, quiet village. He dreamed of one thing, building a great farm that stretched as far as the eye could see. But Thomas had a rule. He never told anyone. Not his neighbors, not his friends, not even his family. While others bragged, he worked. While others gossiped, he saved. While others spoke of big plans, Thomas stayed silent and got to work. "Why are you working so hard?" people would ask. "What are you trying to do?" Thomas would simply smile and say, "You'll understand in time." And they did. Years passed. Land by land, Thomas built his dream. He bought one field, then another. He planted, he harvested, he reinvested, until one day, the quiet man owned the largest farm anyone had ever seen. Shocked, the villagers asked, "Why didn't you tell us your dream?" And Thomas answered, "Because when you speak too much, two things happen. One, people try to plant doubt in your soil. Two, you start mistaking words for action. Silence protects vision." And I wanted my work to do the talking. David listened. He didn't interrupt. Something in him began to shift. His grandfather leaned forward. "Son," he said, "not everyone wants to see you succeed. Some will support you, some will secretly hope you fail. And worst of all, when you speak too often, your brain gives you a false reward. It feels like you've done something great, when really you've just spoken it, not built it." David didn't say much after that, but he understood. In the days that followed, he made a choice. No more announcements, no more updates, no more chasing applause. He would dream quietly, and work even harder. He studied when others scrolled, practiced when others partied, focused when others talked. And slowly, everything changed. He wasn't chasing attention anymore. He was chasing mastery. People began to notice. "David, you've been so quiet lately, what's going on?" He smiled but said nothing. Then came the final exams, and when the results came in, David had ranked first in the entire school. Those who once doubted him stood speechless. "What did you do?" they asked. "How did you change so much?" David just remembered his grandfather's words. "Stay silent. You can achieve everything." Years later, David built a company from the ground up, not by shouting, not by showing off, but by doing the work quietly, consistently, with purpose. He didn't inspire people with noise. He inspired them with proof. He showed the world that real success doesn't need an announcement, it arrives when the work is done. So what's the lesson here? There's nothing wrong with being excited about your dreams, but sharing them too soon, too loudly, too often, can make you feel like you've already achieved them, and that fake feeling can rob you of the fire to actually do the work. Protect your energy, guard your focus, feed your dream in silence. Let the world see the result, not the rehearsal, because the most powerful voice you have is not what you say, it's what you show. So talk less, work more, and when the time is right, let success be the only thing they hear. If this story moved you, consider subscribing to our channel for more tales that awaken, inspire, and transform. Until next time, stay grounded, stay quiet, and keep building.